Today we're painting with 3D glasses. 4 paintings we want to do. The first one, we're going to work on a technique that I think will make this pop. The second thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do the color scheme and then 2 different types of the actual technique. So stay tuned as we create some paintings. There's not a perfect way to actually show you guys what this will look like in 3D, so I'll add a link for an Amazon purchase down below if you want. The first thing I've done is actually put some screws into this big dowel and big old string. So this thing hangs, and the plan is if you've seen 3D screens when they're not actually 3D, there's like a fragmentation to it. So if I have 2 pendulums going in the exact same order, in the exact same place, but a little bit spread out, it should create a similar kind of popping effect. So I need to play with how far apart they're gonna go. That's why this is perfect, because I can hook a bucket on each side of this thing, and if these are perfectly in sync, they'll swing like normal in different directions and not spin. I'm not gonna add any spin to this, and that's what's gonna add that 3D popping effect. They both fell off. All right, we've laid down test number 1. Now that I have it down, I'm realizing I think I've spread this out too far. I think I'm gonna go back to the square one here and taper everything in a bit. I think it's too wide, but here's kind of what it's gonna look like. Like basically, if I start the pendulum like this, I'm not rotating the stick. The stick always kind of stays in one axis, sort of. I don't know. Never mind. Let's play with this some more. Okay, this is much more like it. Right there, right here, and we can swing. There it is. That way when it dials in, it'll be right about here. And that's what I'm looking for, is one of the patterns to be more centered and one to be a bit off center. Now it's just time to actually paint it. Oh, a little close. Oh man, I'm trying to not spin it. Okay, well, it's spinning. Whatever. So this is test number 1 of my technique of trying to do the exact opposite of what I'm doing right now and create 3D art. So I've got 3D glasses, and I'm really hoping that I'll be able to make symmetrical patterns that line up and create something beautiful. I'm not seeing that yet. I think what's wrong is the string was a little bit coiled up, so now it's getting a little bit better. But the pattern's really not going to do anything here. I think this is just proof of concept to get it to work. Maybe it dials in, but it looks like it's just going to spin. I really want it to swing in a fixed plane. I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I have like a hinge or something to be able to swing it, because this is not going to work. Unfortunate. But I think we're pretty much good here. This is a good trial run. Gets us in the mode of creating these paintings and gets the momentum going. So on to the next one, I guess. For this next experiment, we've got the red and the blue. Red. And blue. A little bit drippier on this side, my bad, blue. My apologies. But yeah, now we pull. And now it should be a perfect blue and red split. Cover it on my hands like Superman. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, it is just blue right now. It's getting a little red, I think. All right, guys. Throw these bad boys on. That did nothing. How about the blue? That did nothing. We're starting to get a stripe now. The whole idea here is, can I use 3D glasses to make my art cooler? And I think it's working. I look freaking ridiculous. Like I've got these red glasses on, red and blue, but if all's going well, the pattern at the end should have some dimension to it that it wouldn't before. So this is gonna go for a long time. I'm gonna let this come into the center and hopefully do something really cool. I may do a second swing. I just want a lot of layering in the center. That's the goal. Get a bunch of that red to come out. I just dropped a bunch of stuff on the ground. Okay, from this angle, it does look 3D. So if you don't have 3D glasses, so sorry, but if you do, hope you're enjoying this. It kind of hurts my eyes though. I've never really liked these 3D glasses. Maybe I shouldn't have done this video. All right, here we go. Second swing. This will be the finishing swing. I don't know. Like, I think on a macro level, this would be really cool. On this micro level, I'm not getting the same, I'm not feeling it, Mr. Crab. I am starting to see that double swing, or like the layered paint that people keep talking about. Like, why don't you layer paint in the can? Well, I mean, I do sometimes, but this one specifically, I split halfway down the middle. And so it creates like a split in the actual paint. And I have no way of sharing with you what this looks like with the 3D glasses. So you'll just have to take my word for it. And it's pretty cool. It has a 3D effect. So if you want to watch this video, order some glasses. They're like $5 on Amazon, and watch this video again. You might be surprised that it actually looks really nice. And maybe you're like, wah, wah, whatever, and that's fine. Okay. We're almost there. I'm gonna do one more swing, maybe two. You're gonna hate me. All right. Time for that last swing. Maybe one more. I did this a little too skinny. Maybe one more. Maybe one more. Oh, geez. I guess we're just gonna keep going. Interesting, this swing is completely different. I'm starting to dig this. The 3D effect is a little lackluster, but I don't hate it. Like, it's not anything revolutionary. Okay. This will be the last swing. This will come tight into an ellipse, and then we're gonna move on with our lives, I promise. It looks like Superman. With the 3D glasses, there is something to this. I don't know how else to describe it. Besides, it looks really sick. You guys can't see anything, and that's okay. Maybe I need other colors with a, like, maybe it's not supposed to be red and blue. I don't know. I should probably Google these things before I start just making swirly paintings. All right. We're getting there. I am really liking this though. See, it's coming into that tight ellipse. The whole pattern's gonna be on the canvas. It's gonna come flat into the center, and that's when I'm gonna get it. And it should make something really amazing. This is hurting my eyes with these glasses on. For this entire 6-minute video, I've been wearing these glasses. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Got it. For anyone wearing 3D glasses, what are we seeing here? Is it 3D? Is it not? Who knows? but it looks really cool. And that's what matters, right? All right. The plan here, make sure to throw on your 3D glasses if you're one of probably 8 people in the world that have these at home for some reason. I ordered them off Amazon. But the plan today is to create a painting that actually works with that 3D glass kind of theory where it's like your eyes see differently with depth perception, and so with the different colors. I don't know, something, science, science, science. But the hope here is that when they dial into the center, we'll get an image that just pops with these 3D glasses. So for the one person out there that has them, or if anyone that's curious, you can get them on my Amazon shop thing. But if you're curious, then feel free to check it out. Otherwise, just feel free to listen to me yap for a little bit. But I'm hoping that this makes something that is just absolutely revolutionary. I'm not really seeing that, and that's okay. But it might be kind of cool for you and kind of cool for me. This 3D effect, I don't know. It looks really pretty, but it's not anything like, wow, this is the most revolutionary technique. Like, I do want to try more paintings with this technique, and maybe once it goes into the center, we're gonna see that exactly what we're looking for, that refraction, like 2 different pendulums going side by side. But we'll see. It's just a test. I've got one more to do today. I've got black, and I'm gonna do it in a way that I think is more controlled. I'll have the canvas swinging, and the bucket can only swing in a fixed axis. It can only swing this way. So that will eliminate any other like factors when it comes to creating these patterns. I know that's a lot of words for almost no use, but whatever. Okay. I look so weird in wearing these, but that's fine. Now we're seeing something. It looks like it's kind of jumping out. Okay, trust the process. It does look like it's kind of flopping out there a little bit further than something more simple. I don't know, maybe not. Like, throw them on. If you see something you like, let me know. If not, then you probably left the video already. Okay. I think this is a good stopping point. Yeah. Our 3D painting number 3, D, is done. D for done. Ready? Go. Nice. This was not my desired effect, but there may be a way to salvage it. Tilt it upwards. What do we think? That did almost nothing. I have been looking for my second pair of 3D glasses for so long. They were on my head. We're doing this painting next, but for now, I'm gonna let this sit sideways and just droop down. And then maybe at the very end, we'll see like a close-up of what this looks like and if it creates something unique with the 3D glasses on. This is by far the most promising way to do this. I know it looks insane, but what this should do, where did my 3D glasses go? I lost them. Oh, I'll go get them. They're over here. This particular pattern makes squares, and I've got 2 buckets going, kind of like how 3D, like old 3D glasses, there was like a fragmented look to everything, and then they started to line up what I'm hoping for is that 2 of these patterns will line up the exact same way. I don't know. I think the previous one was the most promising. I don't think this is gonna do what I had hoped, but it'll still make a beautiful painting. It just won't be the plan. I think I should have had them closer together. I think that would have changed that overall effect, but that's fine. The cool thing about this particular technique is you got the bucket swinging, and then you got the bucket swinging a singular axis, and so is the canvas. They're moving left to right, front and back, respectively. They create square shapes, weirdly enough. You would think, actually no, that's kind of what you'd expect. It's either a square shape or another oval, just like the rest of them. And this one's gonna be an oval, and that's fine. If I let it go long enough, it would make a square after the oval, but we'll see. Yeah, this is just a little bit too spread out. Maybe if I let it dry overnight and then like come back in the morning, or wait a minute, I've got an idea. Do this again, but flip it. Why didn't I think of this? Three, two, one. Swing number 2. Why didn't I think of this before? This is gonna do exactly what I had hoped. What? I feel so dumb. I could have just done this initially, and just done one pendulum and then layer it. My brain is not braining, I guess. The one on the right is looking a lot better than the one on the left, meaning the closer one to you guys. But still, they're dialing pretty nicely. This is now starting to look more 3D, especially the painting that I'm letting drip over here off camera. Oh, you guys can't see it. It's my studio, I can do what I want. Here we go. Now we're starting to see that blue come up on the red. And we're starting to see it pop, especially like here. This is really nice. Especially on the 3D glasses. It's nice without, but it's really nice with these on. Wow, okay, this does actually create another layer to this that wouldn't be there otherwise. I'm pretty impressed by this. Got another, and I like how the ellipse went the other way. I don't know how or why that happened, but it did, and I love it. All right, another maybe 20, 30 seconds or so. All right, I think it's a good stopping point. 3, 2, 1. Got it. Okay, this might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever made. And now we're gonna roll over it. So, a little palette cleanser to end the day after the insanity that is Cole's Color Studio. We made some crazy paintings today. We had a lot of fun. Ow, I just hit my shin. Maybe not a palette cleanser, maybe a rage painting. All right, grabbing this. Second swing, this will finish us out. I hate that I just hit my shin. That sucks. I'm putting some lines on another canvas that's off to the side that I'm not mad at. Well, it was doing good, and then I hit my shin, and now I'm grumpy. But it looks kind of like Superman. It's like Superman inspired or something. I don't know. All right. About 45 seconds and we're done, I promise. quick and painless, and hopefully something cool. Not a ton of patterns going on here. I should have let the first one go. There was something interesting happening, and then my shin hit it. All right. It is coming into the center. "20 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Got it. Interesting. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Here's the completed painting for anyone wearing the glasses. Let's pan over here. Here's that secret one I was talking about that I was going to let droop.